adventurer makes a road where none exists. The Dakar Rally, only on Super.
Van Suid-Afrika is die algehele voorloper in die Dakar tydren nadat hy vandag in die 6de skof derde geëindig het. Thierry Magnaldi van Frankryk het die skof gewen. Marc Coma van Spanje is steeds voor in die afdeling vir motorfietsse.
De Villiers het in sommige van die vroegere skofte ietwat gesukkel, maar sy posisie gaandeweg verbeter en vandag in die suide van Marokko uitstekend gejaag. Hy het onder andere die Spanjaard Carlos Sainz uitgestof, wat tot gister die algehele voorloper was. Sainz is nou algeheel tweede met die Duitser Jutta Kleinschmidt in die derde plek. In die afdeling vir motorfietsse het Coma derde oor die wenstreep gejaag en sodoende sy plek as algehele voorloper behou. Die skof is deur Carlo del Camardo van Chile gewen met nog 'n Spanjaard Isidri Esteve Pujol in die derde plek. Cyril Deprez van Frankryk is nou algeheel tweede en Pujol derde.
Sokkernuus.
True adventurer makes a road where none exists. The Dakar Rally, only on Supersport. Proudly sponsored by Total Quartz Lubricants.
An early wake-up for the competitors of the Euro Milhões Dakar. Rise and shine for a long day on Mauritanian soil. A bad day for title holder Cyril Deprez, seriously damaging his KTM, a major blow in his quest of a double. A good day, on the other hand, for the Schlesser team. The buggies are right there in the big battle for a possible overall success. But first, let's take a look back at what happened yesterday, the last Moroccan stage of the Euro Milhões Dakar, and poor old Colin Askey had a rather bad day. The Brit suffered a serious crash. Totally damaged KTM.
Couldn't see, hit a big rock coming around the corner, cracked the engine casing. I was losing oil. I'm just trying to repair it so I can get back. It's important to get back tonight.
Askey, who could count on the kind support of compatriot Patsy Quick, but he was forced to withdraw from the race. A very dusty day indeed for all the competitors, including this man from South Africa, Tom Klassen, breaking his chain.
It happened how many times today? Four times.
Yeah, the chain is broken, so I need to join this chain with a link.
But thankfully, the South African got a helping hand from another competitor, Frenchman Michel Biscarel. And that's the Dakar spirit.
On the Dakar, you can just go with your dick and a knife. You need something else.
I've broken 4 today. I've got no more, they're finished. Thank you.
Klassen was finally able to carry on. And this morning, despite making it late at the beginning of the special, he started stage 6. Meanwhile, quite a lot of cars stuck in the sand, including this team, this crew from Spain. Nicolas Gonzalez in his bowler, also helped out by the truckers, and looking for the right way to go. Right or left? Well, eventually the Spanish crew managed to get out of the big sand trap and also gave the right direction to all the others. We just can't get out of this sand. That's our main goal right now, explains Nicholas Gonzalez. And off went the bowler. Hi-ho, hi-ho. And the day goes on the Dakar. The Dakar has entered its fourth country, Mauritania, and the first climax of the event, a very early start for a long 336-kilometer liaison, and then a 444k special, fast tracks at first, and then sands, a major concern for all the privateers, but also the big guns. Tonight, bivouac in the middle of the desert in Zouerat. The Tantan bivouac very late last night, or rather very, very early this morning. Time for the KTM Repsol mechanics to check out the last details on the bikes. Also time for Jordi Alcaraz to wake up the bikers. Good morning, Carlo de Gavado. And Jordi Alcaraz wants to check out the different times, the starting times of his boys. Our first rider leaves at 1:40. It's really a short sleep, but we knew it would be the case at this stage. And now I have to carry on waking the boys up. And the next man to wake up was Australian Andy Caldecott. Wasn't exactly in the liveliest of shapes.
No, not so much sleep with all the noise and the noise of motorbikes right here, or seems to be a truck right here, and no, not really any sleep, so we just look forward to getting to tonight.
And after De Gavado and Caldecott, it was Mark Comer's turn to prepare. And the same went on for the blue boys of the KTM Gauloise. In these freezing cold conditions, explained to Prey, it's difficult to wake up on the bike. It's easy to say, but it's so cold that we don't really want to stand up on the bike and get cooled down in the face. But it'll be okay. I just hope that I'll be able to have some sleep once in Mauritania before the special. And the first rider to take off was indeed yesterday's winner, Cyril Dupre, followed by his main rivals for a long 336-kilometer liaison. Very brave competitors indeed, explains this member of the organization. So off went Dupre, followed by the Spaniards and his teammates from the KTM Gauloise team. The long road to the Mauritanian border in pitch dark conditions. Farewell, Morocco. And a beautiful sunset over the clouds of Mauritania, but clear skies just before the special for the Mauritanian border crossing at the Mur. A well-deserved breakfast for all, and pain for this biker from Spain, who broke his arm while on the liaison. A crash with another truck. The border crossing, the Mur zone, and typical Dakar scenery here. A place that the experienced riders know very well. And off went the special of the day. A fast special it was for the first 100 kilometers. Very fast tracks and spectacular stuff. Andy Grider, the American KTM Red Bull rider. Followed by Andy Caldecott, the Aussie. Well awake now. Chris Blaze, 25 years of age, celebrated his birthday 2 days ago and looking for success. So was Cyril Dupre, the title holder. Dupre took off in first position, but was eventually caught up by his main rivals at CP1 for refueling. We really weren't able to go full speed. We had wind in the face, but I made sure not to lose time. Off went Dupre just after refueling. Meanwhile, the privateers were finding it hard in the first dunes of the special. And as expected, the first falls. Tricky moments for the newcomers. Well, it was a day that Cyril Dupre will certainly not want to remember. A big crash at kilometer 273. The Frenchman remained unconscious on the ground before Coma and Esteve caught up with him and launched the Iratrac alarm. The title holder was rapidly back on his feet and back on his bike, but in pain. A dislocated collarbone didn't, however, prevent him from catching up his main rivals, Mark Coma, Isidre Esteve, and Carlo de Gavado. A courageous Cyril Dupre, who eventually made it to the finish line, losing over 8 minutes. Meanwhile, Isidre Esteve had to settle with third position, losing 3 minutes and 52 seconds on the day's winner, while Mark Coma, the overall leader, lost 5 minutes and 55 seconds. All the front parts of Cyril Dupre ripped off in the crash at kilometer 273. A moment to be remembered in this Euro-Milloish Dakar. I didn't really understand what happened. I went over the bike after going through camel grass. My shoulder's in pain. I just hope it's not too serious. Well, Dupre went straight to the medical center for x-rays, and he thought that he had broken his collarbone. I'm going to carry on. I'll try to carry on. Victory, I just don't want to think about it now. I'll see tomorrow how I feel. So a bad day for Dupre with a dislocated collarbone. The day's winner was to be Carlo de Gavado, who took off behind the big guns in 5th spot. He caught up with the front men before CP2 at kilometer 360 and eventually captured his 5th Dakar special. The first one this year for the Chilean. Back in 2001, de Gavado had become the first South African to win a special. Second position for his teammate from the KTM Repsol team, Giovanni Sala. 3 minutes and 23 seconds adrift. Pal-Anders Olavalsæter, the Norwegian privateer, took 4th spot at 5 minutes and 31 seconds. He's a lot more comfortable in these conditions. So victory for de Gavado ahead of Salah. Esteve is in 3rd position. Mark Coma, the overall leader, is 5th. And Coma increases his overall lead on Cyril Dupre, now 3 minutes and 43 seconds.
Ali moves deeper into the Sahara to the Islamic Republic of Mauritania. Sirocco winds blow out of the desert, testing the competitors' navigation skills and taxing their machinery. Mitsubishi Motors, 10 Dakar wins, 5 in a row. The 2006 Dakar Rally. See it unfold on your channel of champions.
To the car special and the same early wake for all the big favourites of the Dakar. Rise and shine for Luc Alphand, Janil de Villiers and Philippe Gache in his big buggy, and tough moments for Danny Romer as well, the 2004 bike winner. And off went the cars, still under the beautiful sunset of Mauritania. And they too were to cross the border into the 4th country visited by the event. A quick rest before the start of the special, and off went Carlos Souza in his Nissan pickup. But the man of the day was from the blue team, the Schlesser Ford buggies. Jean-Louis Schlesser stormed on this special, clocking the fastest time at the first 2 CPs, and it carried on going that way until the 2-time winner of the Dakar suffered a puncture. But victory was to remain within the Schlesser Ford team, and it went to this man, Thierry Magnaldi, a first victory on 4 wheels for the Frenchman, the former biker. He'd already captured 7 stage wins on 2 wheels, finishing twice on the podium of the Dakar, but then decided to move to the car class. First of all in a Mercedes, then in a Honda buggy. Last year he finished 8th, and glory today for the 43-year-old driver. Impressive stuff from the big race Touareg, the Volkswagen. And Janil de Villiers captured a very good 3rd position on the day, and he's the new overall leader of the event. A good day as well for Jutta Kleinschmidt, the 2001 Dakar winner. She's now 3rd overall, finished the stage in 4th spot, losing 5 minutes and 13 seconds on Thierry Magnaldi, and this is what happened inside the car.
Wow.
Rough moments for Fabrizio Pons, co-driver of Jutta Kleinschmidt. And Kleinschmidt still looking for that first success this year. Could come in the next few days on Mauritanian soil. Bruno Sabi had to settle with 8th position. Back pains this morning for the Dakar winner back in the 90s. Carlos Sainz, the winner of 3 specials so far. Well, he lost time as well. He finished in 7th position. But all 5 Volkswagens are in the top 7 positions of the overall. The Mitsubishi team, with Stéphane Péterancel and Luc Alphand, who is the fastest of the red team today. He finished 5th, losing over 6 minutes. Gerlin Sichnitz finished the best of the BMW drivers in 9th position, losing close to 10 minutes on the day. While Henri Biscarolo was 13th today, Monsieur Henri back in Hungary after a 2-year absence, doing well in his buggy. He's 15th. And time to go in the car over Christian Lavier. We're in the camel grass right now, soft sand. It's hell like last year when everyone had fuel problems. They were in first, second gear. Big question concerns tomorrow with over 500 kilometers. If it's the same kind of terrain, it could be a bit of a problem for fuel consumption. So it'll be difficult.
Donc ça va être un petit peu difficile.
And still the great sceneries and the longest train in the world. 2.5 kilometer train, 210 wagons. This train going from Zouerat to Nouadhibou, a train that Kenjiro Shinozuka wasn't to see. He had problems on the rear part of his Nissan, only 8 kilometers into the special. Eric Vigouroux on his Chevrolet Pro Truck finished 20th today, some 42 seconds adrift, minutes adrift. While Stéphane Aurard on a race to Areg lost 33 minutes. A very bumpy day for all. And a final day for this crew from Portugal. Prudencio Inocencio, who had to bid farewell to the Dakar. So a first victory on four wheels for Thierry Magnaldi ahead of his teammate and boss Jean-Louis Schlesser. De Villiers is third in front of his teammate Jutta Kleinschmidt. De Villiers third on the day, first of the overall standings of the South African, ahead of two other Volkswagens, those of Carlos Sainz.
I don't know what
and
it's going to
Jutta
be like
Kleinschmidt.
tomorrow. Us starting third on the road, I think it will be quite tricky, and it's also quite a long stage, 500 kilometers. But up until now, I mean, we've always been starting in good positions, and as you've seen throughout the Dakar, the guys that are starting further down the order are actually the guys that are winning the stages. So at the moment, it's been going well up until now, but I hope we can keep it going like that.
Je pense qu'aujourd'hui la spéciale était faite un peu pour les buggy, c'était assez rapide avec vachement de tôle ondulée, des petites vagues, et donc on sait que dans ces parties-là, le buggy est un petit peu mieux qu'un 4x4.
Est-ce qu'il y avait les qualités de franchissement dans les beaucoup de dunes aujourd'hui, ou est-ce que le plus dur est à venir?
Non, il n'y avait pas du tout de franchissement des petits cordons, quoi, je veux dire, on va dire des petits tas de sable. Et par contre demain c'est des gros tas de sable et en plus donc on ouvre la spéciale. Donc je pense que peut-être un ensemble on aura un petit peu moins la banane. Je sais pas, on verra.
Tout le monde attendait les grosses écuries.
Everyone was expecting the big teams, explains Jean-Louis Schlesser, and it's our small team that achieves the best result. It's very nice, good for the show, and good for the interest of the race. So to the big machines, the trucks, and yet another victory for this man, Vladimir Chagin, four-time winner of the event. Well, it's looking good for him, and his run carries on. 6 stages so far, 6 victories, and he even had the time to give a helping hand to his compatriots in a car, Ivanov from the Russia team. He then carried on to a 6th victory, and happy birthday, Mr. Chagin, 36 years of age today. And heading to a possible 5th overall success. Meanwhile, Brazilian Andre de Azevedo struggled in 6th position. He lost 1 hour today. Can you imagine that? Just show how impressive the Russian is in his Kamaz truck. Germany's Eschter did rather well. He was the biggest of the surprises in 4th position, losing 35 minutes. Tomorrow, the first real big sand stage, heading from Zouerat to Atta. We're still in Mauritania, almost no liaison, and a long and demanding 499 kilometer course. It'll be the first major difficulty of this first week. That's it from the Dakar. A bad day for Cyril Dupre, dislocating his collarbone. He'll need a well-deserved rest before tomorrow's big stage.